Good morning, students. Today we will start with the PDF exercises of the chapter What Happened to the Reptiles of the book A Pact with the Sun. And firstly we have to take the word meanings of this chapter. And your first word is cliff, a steep rock face, especially at the edge of the sea. That is called as cliff. Next is statue, a carved or cast figure of a person or animal. Third is anxiously, the meaning is curiously. Fourth is giant, very big. Fifth is slimy, that is slippery. Sixth is venom, that means poison. Seventh is somersault, the meaning is an acrobatic movement in which a person turns head over heels in the air or on the ground and lands on their feet. Eighth is nastier, unpleasant. Ninth is squeaky, having or making a high-pitched sound or cry. 10th word is straggling. The meaning is move along slowly so as to remain some distance behind the person or people in front. Next part of this is frame the sentences. First is cliff. The sentence is he stood on the edge of the cliff. Second is statue. He carved a Buddha statue from wood. Third is anxiously. She looked around the room anxiously. Fourth is giant. The centerpiece of the shopping center is a giant fountain. Fifth is slimy. His feet slipped in the slimy mud. Sixth is venom. The snake injects the venom immediately after biting its prey. Next is somersault. The sentence is Rohit did a brilliant backward somersault. Eighth is nastier. Malware is nastier than spyware because it replicates once installed. Ninth is squeaky. He had a squeaky voice. 10th is straggling. Students formed a straggling line in front of the teacher. The next part is the question and answers, and your first question is, in what way is Pambupati different from any other village? Pambupati is a peaceful village inhabited by a variety of people, dark, fair, short, tall, etc. They spoke different languages, some ate meat and some did not, some prayed in mosques, others in temples. But Pambupati was different from any other village because there was peace and harmony in the village and the people looked after each other. The people did not fight with those who prayed to other gods. Your second question is, why is Prem determined not to return to his village? Prem was determined not to return to his village because communal riots of hate and violence was happening in his village. He and other villagers felt that it was unsafe for them to reside in that village where houses were being burnt in fire and people were killing each other and getting involved in communal violence. Your third question is, why did Makra dislike tortoises, snakes and lizards? Write a line about each. The answer is, Makra disliked tortoises because they were slow and stupid who carried their houses on their backs. Makra disliked snakes because they were slimy, made funny noises and were poisonous in nature. Third is Makra disliked lizards because they had the strangest habits such as changing color which made them unreliable. Question fourth is, what went wrong when the tortoises, snakes and lizards left the forest? When the tortoises, snakes and lizard left the forest, it was going through a tough phase. The forest filled with a rotting smell of fruits and animals due to the absence of the tortoises. Once the snakes left, the forest was taken over by the rats as there was no one to eat them. Finally, the nasty insects grew bigger and multiplied in millions due to the absence of the lizards. Question 5 is, why do you think Prem wants to tell the story of the reptiles to the people of his village? Prem wanted to tell the story of the reptiles to the people of his village because he understood that they had unnecessarily involved themselves in communal violence. He wanted the people of his village to live peacefully and maintain law and order. The story of the reptiles underlined the significance of living together in peace and harmony like Pambupati. Question number 6 is, do you agree that it is difficult not to go along with someone who is very strong and powerful? Express your views frankly and clearly. Answer: yes, it is difficult not to go along with someone who is very strong and powerful, as most often we are afraid of them. However, we must try to overcome our fear and make them understand that they cannot always be right and other views are also important. After all, we all are dependent on each other and each one is important and has a special place in his strange, funny world that we live in. So these are your PDF exercises. Okay students, thank you.